Iburo, Ibuya, Ibucheche, how's everybody doing? I know it's been a few weeks since I had my last recording, but I want to go ahead and give a shout out, right? I had somebody comment on my first video, Sansista, I think Seven Crossroads, I think that was the one it was called. I know she was talking about some things with the Eguns. She wanted to go over a couple of things, and so I definitely wanted to explain something about that. You know what I'm saying? Because when we talk about Egun, we talk about the dead, we talk about ancestors. I think I made it clear some other videos ago that no matter what, we do our best to make sure that we fully grasp what an Egun is, right? We fully grasp what an ancestor is, and we fully grasp what is our spiritual, our spirits, our cuadro, right? When we talk about our cuadro, we talk about who's with us, and those things. When we do talk about, we understand that we can't just one day wake up and say, hey, we know what our cuadro is, right? Those things are important to realize because this is when you start to build your spiritual foundation. One of the big bases that I've done, and I've had my godchildren in the same boat, right? And some of them still have to get their cuadro done as well. You know, once you get your warriors, right? Or maybe you do your ceremony of collares or your necklace ceremony. Okay, the next step is for you to never forget that, you know, we always give honor to the Orishas, but the Eguns are just as important. You know, they still need to be honored too. But at the end of the day, how do you honor them if you don't know who you're honoring? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people come back and they talk about the Bovida. They talk about, hey, here's our Bovida. Here's how we cleanse. Here's, you know, we use this bowl to cleanse. We use this bowl to receive, and this bowl to pick up. And we got a little statue here, a little statue there. And everybody's, you know, fanatics, man. It's like cups everywhere, and everybody, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? Everybody's like, oh, look, I can read the bubbles. Oh, that looks good. You know, but why are we doing what we're doing? I challenge everybody, no matter who you are, what nature-based religion you're with, before you do anything, know what you're doing, how you're doing. Question everything, right? For example, la regla de la ocha, right? So the order of ocha or the order of Ifa, we talk about Alao, right? We talk about the Bovida. You know, the Bovida is constantly used, right? Because this is how, in a form of how we honor our Eguns, our dead, right? But we also give light to those that are with us, that help us, right? And you'll see all types of people talk about Papa Francisca, Mama Francisca, Papa Francisco, you know what I'm saying? You'll hear about the Gitana, you hear about all types of different stuff, right? The Indios, you'll hear about the Orishas, you hear about everything and anything when it talks about the Bovidas and what the cups represent and so forth. Something I need you guys to think about. Why do we use water, right? Why? Why do we use a crystal glass? A glass that we can see right through, okay? Why do we use holy water, right? Last I remember, holy water is more of a Christianity type thing, right? But we're not in the Christianity faith, so why do we use it? I use it. Why, right? Then, why do we put a cross? What's the symbolism of the cross, right? Do we have a cross with Jesus on it? Christianity again, right? Why? Why do we go down those marks, right? And then you begin to fully understand what the foundation is. And then you begin to understand where that foundation began to grow, you know, and why we did and why we have morphed to what we are today. However, as long as the foundation is maintained, a house is free to do what they want. But you need to know where the foundation comes from, okay? It's very important for you to know where you come from and why you're doing what you're doing. So there's going to be times where you're going to have to do an audible. You're going to have to do an improvisation in something. But how are you going to do that if you don't fully understand why you're doing what you're doing and how you're doing it? With me? So, another thing you need to learn, okay? Once you know how to honor your Eguns and so forth, understand that once you do that, you become a magnet. I know in the past I talk about the balance, right? Everything's good. Some things are bad. But you need to have that in life. And life is everything is balanced, right? I have my negative side. I got my positive side. I'm a good brujo. I'm also a bad brujo, right? I can do good just as much as I can do bad, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to hurt nobody. I'm not in the religion to do anything bad. But I challenge you. I challenge you with, what if you are a priest or a priestess and you are doing a consultation for somebody and it comes out, hey, the question is, should I do brujeria on this person? That's what your client is telling you. And the answer is yes. Do you do it? For me, Orula says, hey, you got to go forth and do. Maybe it's that time. Maybe by you not doing that one act of negativity, there's going to be 10 more that follow. And your one act is what's going to stop that domino effect from happening. There's a lot of different ways you can cut this. I'm not saying that you got to be a bad person. I'm not saying you gotta attack people because people are attacking. There's easy ways to just defend yourself, right? Which kind of makes me think, right? Hey, we go back to the Eguns, right? And we talk about Sansista, 7 crossroads, right? She wanted to know about, cleansings and stuff like that as well. We talk about the Eguns and we talk about people throwing stuff at you, right? You gotta learn the herbs. You learn the herbs and you learn what type of baños you need to make, okay? You don't need nobody. You don't need nobody, okay? Because you're already on level 1, right? Clean yourself. Clean yourself with the right herbs. Life is good. You're going to be okay. There are going to be other things that you're going to need a babalao or, a santero, a santera, whoever, you know what I'm saying? You're going to need an actual priest or priestess of an orisha, right? Because we got something that's called ache. And ache is our ability to do things that make things live, that make things real, okay? And a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that when you go and you get a consultation, you're paying $35, not only for your connection with the orisha, right? So you can get your answers, or you can figure out what is the no kidding prescription, right? Because I like to tell people, there's always that misconception about the witch doctor back in the day, but that's a real thing, right? If you go to a doctor today, your insurance pays for it, all right? You still pay a copay. He still gives you a prescription. You still take the prescription. Still pay another copay. It's no different. Go to a babala. Go to a santero, santera, olorisha, whatever you want to call it. Okay, it doesn't matter, right? Nature-based religion. That's my big stopping point, right? Because I'm not trying to limit this, but you're paying for a service, and in that service they give you a prescription. Does that prescription cost something? Yes. All right, and it's not because it costs something because that's our connection with the orisha, and because in essence that should be enough for you to just say it's free. I've done a lot of free things for a lot of people, right? Even though I shouldn't, right? But I do, right? Because I am a good human being. But at the end of the day, there is a consequence to that, right? Because everything I do, I take a little bit of my ache, my life force, right? And I put it inside. Baths, amulets, charms. Doesn't matter what it is. Everything that I do, I have to put into it. Okay, and I work hard with it, right? And you forget, between the time and the money, the herbs, you talk about animals. Sometimes you need more priests than one to kind of work something, so there's a lot of costs involved. A lot of people get wrapped up around it. And I know I'm rambling all day, guys, right? But I just got excited. I was like, man, it's been a couple of weeks. I definitely want to jump on here and I want to talk about stuff. But those are just things that pop in my head, right? Why not, right? And I feel I need to share that with you guys. Because I think at the end of the day, that's important for us to remember. Those are things that we just should be focused on. So, Sansista, 7 crossroads. I got one for you, right? There's an herbs that you can buy in the botanica. Panta Muerte, right? There's another one called Vencedor, right? There's another one called, what is it called? Between Vencedor, Panta Muerte. Let me tell you about that one, right? Panta Muerte, right, is basically another way for you to cleanse negative energy. Vencedor is one that it kind of accelerates your baths, right? So you can use Vencedor with a lot of things, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. But once you start to figure out, right, what every herb is, you add some Vencedor in there and it'll accelerate, right? Always remember that whenever you do herbs for cleansings, you always need 3. Okay, the minimum 3. You can use a bunch, but if you want, you can always hit me up direct. You know, just go ahead and send me a comment below. I got 0 issues. We'll go ahead and give you guys a couple of baths for, you know, -4s. Maybe you're trying to get rid of something. But at the end of the day, guys, I got much love for you guys. Okay, ask away. I love questions. Okay, you guys need something, you want a consultation, whatever it is, shoot it to me, man. Shoot it to me. So if you want my email address, la.regla.de.ifa, right? I'll put it down in the comments in the bottom so you guys always have. You want to email me, shoot me a message, whatever. I got you. All right, guys. Much love to you guys, man. All right. Talk to you guys next time.